Parenting can be quite challenging, especially when you have a kid who's passionate about something and would go to any lengths to fulfill his dreams. And this was the case with Tiger Woods. From a tender age, Woods had a thing for golf. Luckily for him, he had Earl and Clotilda, two supportive parents who gave him the love and attention he needed to excel on and off the course. And ever since, Tiger vowed to carry on his parents' legacy. But what kind of dad is Tiger Woods anyway? Do you think there's something special about his kids we don't know about? Is he doing a good job carrying on his parents' legacy? Well, there's only one way to find out. Tiger's marriage turned sour. It's a known fact that Tiger Woods married Elin on October 5, 2004 in Barbados. But only a few people know how the couple met. Prior to meeting Tiger, Elin worked at a Stockholm clothing store where she later met Mia Parnevik, wife of Jesper Parnevik, a Swedish pro golfer who would later hire her to babysit her kids. The job was more of a blessing because not only did she have to babysit for the pro golfer, she got to move with the family to the United States, where Jesper would later introduce her to Woods during the 2001 Open Championship. After going out on a couple of dates, the two became an item, and the rest, as they say, is history. The wedding took place on the 19th hole of the Sandy Lane Resort in Barbados and cost a whopping $2 million. The couple lived happily ever after till something happened that would become one of the biggest scandals of the millennium. Tiger had an affair with multiple women, including one Rochelle Coudriot, daughter of a couple next door. This exposition opened a cascade of other extramarital affairs that Woods publicly admitted to.
I was unfaithful. I had affairs. I cheated.
Again, in a press conference in Florida, at the PGA Tour headquarters, Tiger tendered an apology while pledging to be a better man and father to his kids. He subsequently mentioned that he was seeing a therapist and was taking quality time to reflect on all that had happened following his ghastly accident and subsequent revelations. Tiger's unbreakable bond with Elin. For breaking his vows, Tiger lost over $100 million in the divorce settlement with Elin, but that didn't stop the union from producing an unbreakable bond. The duo have been held together by the connection they share as co-parents of two wonderful kids, Sam and Charlie Woods. Elin is now married to Jordan Cameron, a former American football tight end, while Tiger is in a relationship with Erica Herman. However, despite living separate lives, they've maintained close contact with their babies. In an interview with Tiger, Stephen Colbert even joked that maintaining a friendship with Elin after all that had happened surpassed all of Tiger's great accolades. Tiger's response was a bit emotional while explaining how they could make it work.
We have Sam and we have Charlie, and we love them so much, we're going to do whatever it takes to make that work.
Elin remains my best friend, and we talk about a lot of things, Tiger said. What Elin thinks about Tiger. Colbert isn't the only person who feels Tiger is doing great as a father. Aside from being best friends, Nordegren also thinks of Tiger as a great dad to his kids. In an interview with People magazine, Elin opened up about her ex-husband, and it was surprising that she had a lot of great things to say about him. I mean, how often do you see divorced couples still talk great about each other after scandals and accusations of infidelity? My relationship with Woods is centered around our babies, and we're doing great. We really are, said Nordegren. I'm not going to deny that I went through a lot, but I never doubted we'd end up here. My dream has always been that the kids would have two loving parents that would show regard for each other, and that's what we have. I'm excited that this is the case. Tiger's like a best friend, and he's a great father. Elin also revealed that being Swedish and American afforded her and her children the best of both worlds, as they speak both Swedish and English. Tiger and Elin's mini-me. June 18, 2007 saw the birth of Tiger's first child, Sam Woods. Minutes after he arrived at the Winnie Palmer Hospital and barely a day after finishing second in the US Open, Sam is actually a nickname her grandfather Earl gave her dad. At the 2007 AT&T National, a couple of weeks after Sam was born, Woods was asked about the significance of his daughter's name, and he said, "We wanted to have a name that would be meaningful to either my side or Elin's side because she was born basically an extension of Father's Day. And since the day I was born, my father always called me Sam, so it just happened to fit," said Tiger. It's funny Tiger had a nickname we never knew all along, but that's not even the funniest part. When he was asked why his dad called him Sam, he said, "When I would ask him why didn't he just call me Tiger, he'd say, 'Well, you look more like a Sam.' I said, 'All right, that's cool.'" Tiger's second kid is Charlie Axel Woods. Charlie was born on February 8, 2009. When his dad was still recovering from injuries, he aggravated on his way to a dramatic victory in the 2008 US Open. Axel is a Scandinavian name which means father of peace. What you didn't know about Sam and Charlie. Sam seems to be an apple that fell far from the tree. Unlike her younger brother Charlie, Sam has an interest in soccer. When asked his opinion, the legendary golfer stated that as long as she's happy, he doesn't mind whichever sport she chooses to play. Tiger Woods always takes Sam for soccer practice. Charlie, on the other hand, took after his dad and began carving a niche for himself in the golf world. However, golf wasn't his first pick. He took an early interest in soccer, but that didn't last for long. With the pandemic in 2020 came a lot of changes, and contact sport was ruled out, so Tiger would spend more time with his son on the greens. At 11, Charlie played the first televised round of his life at a resort, and if you watched his play, you could tell that the kid was destined for greatness. You'll realize that his feel is very similar and he's pretty competitive. It runs in the family, said Woods. Woods revealed how interesting it was for him to see Charlie play the sport and genuinely enjoy it. The name Charlie is of English origin, meaning free man, traditionally a boy's name and a diminutive of Charles. Charlie has become a popular gender-neutral name in the last decade. Sam shocks the golf world. Tiger Woods' induction into the World Golf Hall of Fame has been a long time coming, and when it eventually came, it came at the best time possible. Sam Woods, his 15-year-old daughter, presented him as the latest member of the esteemed group of players.
His continual presence has been a significant pattern throughout our relationship.
Having a command of the limelight in an incredibly significant moment for the 46-year-old, Sam was dressed in red, perhaps as a tribute to her dad, who's used to turning out in his Sunday trademark red to convert his outstanding 54-hole leads into wins. Sam held the audience spellbound as she commended her dad for always being there. It's safe to say being a dad and a teacher could be quite challenging. Who's your caddy? In 2015, when Tiger Woods announced he'd be participating in the Masters Par 3 contest at Augusta National for the first time since 2004, no one knew he'd be coming with special caddies to help him out. Tiger came to the competition all prepared, with his little caddies marching behind him, fully clad in the Augusta caddy uniform. You should have seen the boldness in Sam, which would give you the sense that she was out to kick some butts, while Charlie put up that smile that could melt even the strongest heart. Although Sam missed the putt to win on the Par 3 challenge, the Woods family had fun. Speaking to reporters after the game, Tiger said it was nice to share the moment with his family, which meant a lot to him. Tiger states his duty as a father. In an interview before the PNC Championship last year, Tiger stated that he has to set priorities right for his kids, especially Charlie, who was the center of the discussion. Tiger maintained that although education comes first, he'd give Charlie the required support.
My job is to be a parent and make sure that his priorities are right. School comes first, and then if he wants to play a sport, so be it.
The 5-time Masters winner explained that he doesn't coach his son in golf because he doesn't want him to feel pressure there. I don't want him to fall into that trap, Woods said. However, it seems even without the coaching, Charlie inherited some of his father's skills. He just watches me do it and then he kind of does it. Feel free to let us know your thoughts on Tiger Woods' parenting skills in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then you definitely want to check out what pro golfers actually think of Charlie Woods. We'll catch you on the next one.